The camera shook slightly as Madison Brown brushed away her tears, her hands trembling. It wasn't part of a scene. It wasn't scripted. This was raw emotion, the kind you can't fake, even after years of being raised under the reality TV spotlight of sister wives. For years, Madison, the strong, grounded daughter of Kody and Janelle Brown, had tried to keep the peace, to be the voice of reason amid the chaos that had ripped her once massive family apart. But on that day, something inside her snapped. "He chose Robyn over all of us," Madison whispered, her voice breaking. "And I don't even know if he realizes how much it destroyed us." The silence that followed was deafening. Even the camera crew, used to the Browns' endless conflicts, didn't move. This wasn't just another argument about who sat next to whom or who got the bigger house. This was the fallout. Years of buried pain, favoritism, and broken promises finally erupting into daylight. A family built on faith, torn by favoritism. When Sister Wives first aired in 2010, the Browns represented something radical. A modern polygamist family trying to live with honesty and faith in a skeptical world. Kody Brown, with his golden curls and infectious energy, introduced viewers to his 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn. Each wife had her own struggles, her own dreams, and her own children. Madison, Janelle's daughter, grew up watching her father divide his time and his affection across households. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. At least for a while. But as the years went by, a shift began. Viewers saw it, the wives felt it, and Madison, though she tried to ignore it, saw it most of all. "Dad stopped showing up," she said quietly. "Not just physically, but emotionally. He was there, but he wasn't there." Janelle had always been the calm one, logical, independent, unwilling to be dragged into drama. But even she couldn't hide her hurt when she realized Kody's attention had narrowed almost completely to one wife, Robyn. When Robyn entered the picture, from the moment Robyn joined the family, everything changed. To the public, she was charming, gentle, and emotional, the peacemaker. But within the family, many of the children saw something different. "Everything became about Robyn," Madison said during the confessional. "Her kids, her feelings, her needs. Suddenly, the rest of us didn't exist." Christine had hinted at this years earlier, long before her own separation from Kody. She often said that Robyn was the favorite, and not just among the wives. Kody's time, affection, and even financial support began funneling in one direction. Vacations, holidays, and even small family gatherings somehow ended up centered around Robyn's house. "Mom tried to hide it from us," Madison said, referring to Janelle. "But we knew. We could see it." Christmas, the breaking point. One moment stands out more than any other in Madison's memory. Christmas 2021. That year, Kody's strict COVID rules divided the family. He refused to see anyone who didn't follow his exact guidelines, even his own kids. Meanwhile, he continued visiting Robyn's house freely. "Mom called him," Madison recalled, "and she asked if we could have Christmas together, just like old times. He said no, but then we saw photos, online, of him with Robyn and her kids celebrating, matching pajamas, big smiles. It was like we didn't even exist." Madison's voice cracked. "That was the moment I realized. He wasn't coming back." Fans of Sister Wives remember that episode vividly. Janelle breaking down in tears as she tried to explain to her children why their father had chosen not to visit. But what the cameras didn't show was the depth of pain Madison carried that day. She wasn't just angry, she was grieving the loss of a father she once believed. The public image versus private reality. Kody has long defended himself, claiming that the family's split was due to disobedience and lack of unity. But Madison sees it differently. He talks about loyalty, but what about love? She asked. He wanted us to obey him, but he stopped showing us that we mattered. For years, the public image of Sister Wives painted a portrait of struggle and faith. But behind closed doors, the emotional distance between Kody and his older children grew unbearable. Garrison, Gabe, and Logan all distanced themselves quietly. But Madison, always the emotional one, always the peacekeeper, couldn't. She tried to bridge the gap. She called, she texted, she sent photos of her kids to their grandfather, hoping to spark some warmth. Sometimes he'd respond, she said softly. But mostly, silence. unless Robyn was there. When Madison finally snapped, it was during a family meeting for season 20 that Madison finally lost control. Kody had shown up late, sunglasses on, looking tired, but defensive. The conversation was meant to be about rebuilding trust, but within minutes, it turned into yet another argument about loyalty and respect. "Dad, you keep saying we disrespected you," Madison said, tears in her eyes. "But what about you disrespecting us?" Kody froze. "You chose one woman and her children over the rest of us," she said, her voice shaking. "You left Mom to figure everything out alone. You missed birthdays, graduations, everything. And now you want to talk about loyalty?" Even Janelle tried to calm her down, but it was too late. Madison's heart had already broken, and the words poured out like a flood. "You made us believe family was forever. But it was forever only for them, wasn't it?" The cameras captured every word. It wasn't anger that filled the room, it was sorrow, generations of pain, all compressed into one moment of truth. Robyn's reaction. Robyn sat quietly, tears welling up. To her credit, she didn't argue. Not that day. "Madison," she said softly, "you have to understand that your dad loves you. He's just hurt." But that only made Madison cry hard. "No, Robyn," she said. "He's not hurt. He's comfortable. He's with you. He's fine. We're the ones who got left behind." It was a haunting statement, one that echoed through the fan community as clips from the episode spread like wildfire across social media. Team Janelle began trending. Fans flooded Madison's Instagram with messages of support. Others called Kody out, accusing him of abandoning his children for his favorite wife. But for Madison, the internet noise didn't matter. What hurt most was the silence from her father afterward. The moment Madison's words left her mouth, the room fell into an unbearable silence. Kody's jaw tightened. His hands fidgeted. His chest rose and fell with heavy breaths, but he didn't speak. He couldn't. For a man who'd built his entire public image around control, this was the first time the mask slipped. Madison's confession wasn't planned. It wasn't meant for ratings or sympathy. It was decades of bottled-up pain exploding into a truth too heavy to carry anymore. And though everyone in that room had seen Kody's temper, no one had ever seen him like this. Speechless, stunned, and ashamed. Kody's silent fury. A week later, producers confirmed that Kody refused to film for several days. He allegedly told the crew, "I'm done being ambushed by my kids. They're listening to their